Welcome to the overview video for UFC Fight Night Burns vs Morales, where we will go over all the picks that have been made by the UFC Prediction Channels on YouTube and find out which fighters are picked the most on this card. And also, for each fight, we look at the average odds and what the picks are from the Tapology community. So let's get started. The first fight of the night is in the women's strawweight division between Luana Pinheiro and Tecia Pennington. Tecia Pennington is the big favorite with minus 345 in average odds, and with plus 270, Pinheiro the underdog. And Pennington is the big favorite in picks by the Tapology community with 86%. And like most women fights, most of the Tapology community predict this fight will go to a decision. And Pennington is even a bigger favorite in picks by the YouTube Prediction Channels. 61 out of 65 predict that she will win this fight for 94%. And all of the best predictors and all of the best favorite predictors over the last 10 months are predicting that Pennington wins this fight. And 2 of the best underdog predictors over the last 10 months pick Luana Pinheiro to win. As a quick reminder, or for those new to the channel, the best predictor channels are highlighted in green. Dark green means they had a 7% or higher return on investment over the past 10 months, while light green means their ROI was below 7%. I also track the best predictors for favorites and underdogs separately. Best favorite predictors have the highest ROI based only on their picks for betting favorites, and best underdog predictors had the highest ROI based only on their picks for underdogs. For a full breakdown of the best predictors, check out the 10 months results video. The next fight is in the flyweight division between Hyun Park and Carlos Hernandez. Park is the slight favorite with minus 180 and with plus 145, Hernandez the underdog. Although Park is not such a big favorite, he is a huge favorite in picks by the Tapology community with 89%. And most are expecting he will win this fight via KO, TKO or a decision. Park is also the favorite in picks by the YouTube Prediction Channels. 49 out of 76 channels pick him to win for 73%. The best predictors and the best favorite predictors pick him 6 out of 8. And the best underdog predictors pick the underdog Carlos Hernandez 1 out of 9. So Park looks to be a bigger favorite in picks than he is in odds. The next fight is in the women's strawweight division between Denise Gomes and Elise. And Denise Gomes is a huge favorite with minus 605 in average odds, and Elise the underdog with plus 425. And Gomes is also a huge favorite in picks by the Tapology community with 95%. And most are expecting she will win via decision. And we see the same result in picks by the YouTube Prediction Channels with 64 out of 66 channels picking her to win for 97%. And only Utica from Brostalk MMA and Fight Fiend Forecast picked the underdog Elise, seeing value in these odds. All of the best predictors picked Denise Gomes, and the best favorite predictors have her 7 out of 8. And Reed is picked by the best underdog predictors 1 out of 8. So almost everyone expects Denise Gomes to win this fight. But is there still some value with these odds, or is it a clear dog or pass? And the last women's fight of this card is in the women's bantamweight division between Luana Santos and Tainara Lisboa. And this is a very interesting one in terms of picks. But first, let's take a look at the odds. With minus 170 in average odds, Santos is the slight favorite over Lisboa with plus 140. Santos is also the favorite in picks by the Tapology community with 78%. And most are predicting this fight will go to a decision. But the YouTube Prediction Channels disagree with the odds makers and the Tapology community, and they have it basically 50-50. Luana Santos is picked by one channel more for 33 out of 65 and 32.65 for Lisboa. But where this becomes very interesting is with the picks from the best predictors, because all but one have picked Lisboa to win, making her a huge favorite. Luana Santos, the favorite in odds, is picked by the best favorite predictors only 1 out of 8. And Lisboa, the underdog, is picked by the best underdog predictors 8 out of 9. So again, a big favorite. So very interesting to see how the best predictors and the best favorite and underdog predictors highly disagree with the odds makers, the Tapology community, and disagree with the rest of the YouTube prediction channels. The next fight is in the featherweight division between Conor Matheus and Yadier DelValle. And here we have another very big favorite in Yadier with minus 485 and with plus 355 Conor the underdog. DelValle is a huge favorite in picks by the Tapology community with 95%. And most are predicting he will win via decision or a KO TKO. And we see the same results in picks by the YouTube Prediction Channels. 61 channels out of 66 pick Yadier to win for 92.4%. The best predictors all pick Yadier to win and the best favorite predictors 7 out of 8. the underdog Conor Matheus is picked by the best underdog predictors only 1 out of 8. So, in odds and picks, Yadier DelValle is a huge favorite and it looks to be a rough night for Conor Matheus. Up next, we have a fight between Jared Gordon and Thiago Moisés in the lightweight division. In odds, this fight is the closest on this card. With minus 122, Jared Gordon is the small favorite, and with plus 101, Thiago Moisés a very small underdog. So, it's almost even in odds. But in picks by the Tapology Community, Moisés is the favorite with 70%, and most are predicting he will win via decision. He's also the favorite, although a bit less, in picks by the YouTube Prediction Channels. 42 out of 68 channels pick him to win for 62%. The best predictors and the best favorite and underdog predictors over the last 10 months also agree and have Moisés as the favorite with 5 out of 8, 6 out of 8 and 7 out of 9. So in this fight, the Tapology Community and the YouTube Prediction Channels disagree with the odds makers and they have a clear favorite in Thiago Moisés. If you enjoy the content and find it helpful or informative, then don't forget to like this video or subscribe. Thank you so much. The last fight of the prelims is between Matheus Camilo, who's making his UFC debut, versus Gabe Green in the lightweight division. And Camilo is the favorite with minus 230 and Gabe Green the underdog with plus 185. In picks by the Tapology Community, Camilo is a big favorite with 86%. Most are expecting he will win this fight via decision. The YouTube Prediction Channels also pick him as the favorite, although a slightly less bigger favorite, with 52 out of 68 for 76%. In picks by the best predictors and the best favorite predictors, it's 7 out of 8 for Camilo. And the best underdog predictors pick the underdog Gabe Green 2 out of 9. Opening up the main card, we have a fight in the featherweight division between Julian Erosa and Melquizael Costa. With minus 180, Costa is the favorite and with plus 145, Julian Erosa the underdog. Costa is also the favorite in picks by the Tapology Community with 81% and most are expecting he will win this fight via a decision. And he's also the favorite in picks by the YouTube Prediction Channels with 49 out of 68 for 72%. And the best predictors over the last 10 months pick him 7 out of 8. And the best favorite predictors pick the favorite Costa 6 out of 8. And the best underdog predictors pick the underdog Erosa only 1 out of 9. So in picks, Costa looks to be a bigger favorite than the odds suggest. The next fight is in the middleweight division between Nursulton, Ruziboev and Dustin Stoltzfus. With minus 300 in average odds, Ruziboev is the big favorite and Stoltzfus with plus 240 the underdog. And Ruziboev is a huge favorite in picks by the Tapology Community with 94% and most are expecting he will win this fight via KO TKO. He's also a huge favorite in picks by the YouTube Prediction Channels and 61 out of 68 predict he will win this fight for 90%. The best predictors have it 6 out of 7 for Ruziboev and the best favorite predictors 7 out of 8. And the underdog Dustin Stoltzfus is picked by the best underdog predictors 0 out of 8. So there's no fate in this underdog. So high expectations for Nursulton Ruziboev in this matchup. Want to stay ahead with the latest picks, odds and stats for all fights while supporting the channel? Consider becoming a Buy Me a Coffee member or a Patreon supporter. After this video, every Friday and Saturday I update the latest stats with newly added picks from all UFC prediction channels, the best predictors and the most profitable favorite and underdog predictors. Updated odds, track how the betting lines shift daily. Tapology stats, see if the MMA community's picks are changing. Support the channel and get exclusive daily updates. Links are in the description. I'd really appreciate it. Up next we go to the lightweight division for a fight between Sodiq Yusuff and Myron Santos. And this fight is also pretty close in odds. But Myron Santos is the slight favorite with minus 135 and with plus 115 Yusuff the underdog. Although Yusuff is a slight underdog in odds, he is the favorite in picks by the Tapology Community with 73%. And most of them are predicting he will win this fight via decision. Sodiq Yusuff is a much smaller favorite in picks by the YouTube Prediction Channels, with 39 out of 69 predicting he will win for 65%. The best predictors over the last 10 months have it 6 out of 8 for Sodiq Yusuff. And Myron Santos, the slight favorite, is picked by the best favorite predictors 3 out of 8. And the small underdog, Sodiq Yusuff, is picked by the best underdog predictors 7 out of 9. So they have a lot of faith in this underdog. So in this fight, the Tapology Community and the YouTube Prediction Channels disagree with the odds makers. So who do you got in this fight? Let us know in the comments below. And then, for the co-main event of the evening, we go to the light heavyweight division for a fight between Paul Gregg and Rodolfo Bellato. Bellato is a huge favorite with minus 560 and Paul Gregg the underdog with plus 400. Although he is a huge favorite, he's not such a big favorite in picks by the Tapology Community with 71%. Most are expecting he will win this fight via KO TKO and if Paul Gregg wins via submission. Bellato is a huge favorite in picks by the YouTube Prediction Channels with 62 out of 68 for 91%. The best predictors pick Bellato 6 out of 7 and the best favorite predictors 5 out of 8. And the best underdog predictors pick the underdog Paul Gregg only 1 out of 8. So the odds makers and the Tapology Community are expecting a difficult night for Paul Gregg. The main event of the evening is in the welterweight division between Gilbert Burns and Michael Morales. With minus 800, Michael Morales is a huge favorite and the biggest favorite on this card. And Gilbert Burns with 545, the big underdog. 86% of the Tapology Community have picked Morales to win and most are expecting he will win via KO TKO. And he's a bigger favorite in picks by the YouTube Prediction Channels. 65 out of 68 pick him to win for 95.6%. The best predictors over the last 10 months all have picked Michael Morales and the best favorite predictors picked the favorite Michael Morales 7 out of 8. And the underdog Gilbert Burns is picked by the best underdog predictors 0 times. So they have no faith in the underdog Gilbert Burns. Overall, most are expecting Michael Morales to win this fight pretty easy against Gilbert Burns. What could be some of the best betting opportunities of all the fights on this card? The first one is an underdog. With plus 140, Tainara Lisboa is the slight underdog. But she is the big favorite in picks by the best predictors with 7 out of 8 and the best underdog predictors with 8 out of 9. Another underdog, although it's basically even, is Thiago Moisés. He's plus 101 in average odds, but he is the favorite in picks by the best predictors with 5 out of 8, the best favorite predictors 6 out of 8 and the best underdog predictors 7 out of 9. The third possible best betting opportunity is Matheus Camilo. He is the favorite with minus 230, but he's also picked 7 out of 8 by the best predictors and the best favorite predictors. And we see the same kind of situation for the fourth best possible betting opportunity on this card in Melquizael Costa. He's also the favorite with minus 180, but he's a big favorite in picks by the best predictors with 7 out of 8 and the best favorite predictors with 6 out of 8. And then for the last best betting opportunity on this card, we have another underdog in Sodiq Youssef. He is a small underdog with plus 115. But he is a pretty big favorite in picks by the best predictors with 6 out of 8 and the best underdog predictors with 7 out of 9. That was it for the best betting opportunities. What predictions and bets are you looking to make on this card? Let us know in the comments below and see if people agree or disagree. Hope you enjoyed this overview of all the fight picks. If you found it helpful, drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to support the channel while getting exclusive updates, consider becoming a Patreon supporter or a member on Buy Me a Coffee. Thank you so much for watching, have an awesome weekend, enjoy the fights, and I will see you in the next video.